Hello, folks. Noel Hunter here. Everybody's been watching my show knows when I see something I don't think is right, I run this big mouth. But you know how it goes, the squeaking wheel gets the grease. Well, I got a story to tell y'all where, hey, this family needs the grease, believe me. There's this waitress at Waffle House. I've known her for quite a few years. Fantastic waitress. Her granddaughter, a little 6-year-old granddaughter, has a very bad defective heart. There's only two places in the United States you can do that type of surgery. You got the equipment to do it with. One's in Kentucky and one is in Boston. Now, this little girl won't have much of a life if she can't get that heart operation. I'm not exactly sure what the diagnosis is, but where a grandmother thought she can't hardly do much of nothing without getting out of breath. I've seen a little girl, she's a darling little sweetheart, believe me. Well, they contacted Mississippi Medicaid and everything. Thought for sure, they won't have any trouble. Well, you know what? Mississippi says if she gets it done out of the state of Mississippi, they're not going to pay for it. Now, what is wrong with that? Isn't that kind of sick? The little 6-year-old girl not have an operation that could change her whole life, and she'll lead a very productive, useful life, get married, have children, and everything. But just because it can't be done in Mississippi, they're not going to pay nothing. Well, you know what? It's time some of these rules are changed. That is BS. Let me tell you what, that is nothing but BS, And I got some information from this morning that people can call her son and he can give them all the details thing. I'm not even sure if he has an account set up where you can donate money to it. But the thing is, hey, let's call the governor, let's call a congressman, let's call all them politicians and see if we can't get some help for this little girl. It risks my heart out to see something like this happen. And that's all I can do is put it on and hope that we can get support. That little girl needs your help, folks. Needs it bad. And I just feel so sorry for the family. Well, that's about all I got to say for that. My son's going to give you all the information you're going to need. And while you're doing that, I just love my little baby here.
Okay, folks. The waitress you mentioned, her name is Harper Hart. She works at the local Waffle House. I have her phone number here. Just leave in the comments you want the information. I will send it to you. The granddaughter is Harper Hart. She's 6 years old. It's open heart surgery. And I've talked to the lady too. They were talking about having to go up to Boston to get it done, and they can't even really afford the trip, much less paying for it. So whatever y'all can do. And the father's name is Joseph Hart, and his phone number is 601-748-2646. Please call or text that for information. Let him know that you want to know information about helping out his daughter, and we greatly appreciate it. And every little bit you can throw into this really helps, because they're looking at a mighty huge bill to help this little girl out.
Well, they can't get any help. There's probably no way they could ever be able to have a surgery.
Exactly.
There's only one place in the whole United States that has equipment and doctors that can do this type of surgery.
And for y'all don't realize it, Boston and Kentucky are not very close to us.
No, not really.
You're looking at, a couple of day drive either way.
Well, you go to Kentucky in one day, but Boston, 2 days.
Well, think about it, if they're having to travel with that little girl, it's going to be more than one day traveling with that little girl. So even then, they're looking at a lot of travel time and all the expenses with that, which means the parents can't work when they're traveling. There's a lot going on here. So please, if you can help out. And like he said, contact our governor, who is Tate Reeves. Our congressmen, I don't know the names of them, but you can find that information, contact them, and get this change. There's no reason that this little girl's on Medicaid. This should cover her nationwide, not just inside this state. They're giving them the runaround. Because didn't she say at one time they said they were going to pay for it outside the state, and then they changed it?
They did say they would pay for it, and then they come back later on and said, well, we're not going to pay for it if she gets it done outside the state of Mississippi.
Which, like he said, is BS. Yeah. And this needs to be taken care of, so please, everybody donate whatever you can. We appreciate you. You got anything else to add here, sir?
One thing.
Yes, sir.
I always like to end my show with, remember this, folks. Life is short, but death is forever. Old Hunter signing out. We'll see you later.